So, good morning to all the jury members. The title of my paper is Mothers of Mewat, and I'll be talking about maternal health care in my paper. The paper focuses on women empowerment, maternal health care, education, institutional delivery in the backward region of Mewat district. So Mewat is a newly created district of Haryana. It was formed in 2005. Mewat district consists of four tehsils, that is Punhana, Noon, Tauro, and Firozpur Jhirka. The district suffers from lack of basic infrastructure even after decades of Indian independence. The district suffers from lack of basic infrastructure as well as even though it lies in the proximity to national capital Delhi, it still remains backward. So most of the population living in Mewat is Neo-Muslim, falling within the category of OBCs, other backward classes. The people of Mewat have not been empowered with infrastructure and lag behind in socio-economic development. So in 2016, the district witnessed a name change from Mewat to No, but nothing much changed in terms of development or infrastructure. Also, the media reportage of the district is generally negative, and not even a single urban center from Mewat was selected for smart city program. Moreover, the entire district has no rail connectivity and is highly dependent on the neighboring district, that is Palwal, for rail transportation. In 2018, Niti Aayog declared Mewat as the most backward district of India based on the evaluation of 49 parameters like health, education, infrastructure, agriculture, etc. So the sex ratio of Mewat is 906 females per 1,000 males, while the sex ratio for India is 940 females per 1,000 males as per census 2011. So there's a huge gender gap in literacy rate, with female literacy rate of 36.6% and male literacy rate of 69.94%. So there's low enrollment of females in school. The girls are married off at early age from 13 to 15 years, disrupting their education. Women are spending large time in fetching water and collecting wood for fuel. Uh, Also, the unfit drinking water is also an important reason for girl child dropout and absenteeism from school. The unsafe environment for girls is also one of the reasons that restricts education for females in Mewat district. Uh, so there's a need to upskill efforts for educating women, especially in the rural areas of the district. According to Census 2011, Mewat's female work participation rate is 12.6%, very low compared to male work participation rate of 39.3%. So more than the double from female work participation rate it is. So the traditional Muslims of Mewat are patriarchal and they follow conservative customs. Women are generally regarded as inferior and hence don't enjoy equal opportunities like men. The role of women is restricted to the household chores and their access to outer world is also limited. Also, the young girls are conditioned and brought up to think themselves deficient to men. According to National Crime Records Bureau 2014, the cases of cruelty by a husband or his relative were by husband or women's relative were highest in Mewat. So followed by rape cases or various crimes in Mewat. So the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime report also mentioned that the large trafficking of northeastern girls into Haryana state was being done. So these girls were either forced into marriages or held as bonded laborers in the district. So more than three-fourths of the total population in Mewat defecates in the open as well. So in the rural areas, 58% people were found to be defecating in the open fields. So females are the worst sufferers in case of open defecation, as women face severe harassment and threats due to open defecation in this region. In terms of drainage and latrine facilities also, the most critical tehsils of Mewat are Firozpur, Jhirka and Punhana. About 70 to 80%, 70 to 80% of households in these tehsils don't have latrine facilities in their housing premises. More than half of the households don't have drainage system in tehsils, and remaining people depend mainly on open drainage system. So Mewat severely lags behind in institutional deliveries, as about 85% of the total deliveries are still conducted in homes, while the state average for deliveries conducted at home is 52.7%. So in Mewat, only 14.8% of women went out for institutional delivery, while the comparable figure for the state of Haryana is 46.8%. Lack of institutional delivery mechanism also increases the risk of maternal and infant mortality. Deliveries conducted at home are considered as one of the prime cause for high maternal mortality in the district. The prominent reasons cited by social groups for not choosing institutional deliveries uh, remain that they are not customary. Socio-religious groups from Muslims and Hindu SCs, despite of their knowledge, don't opt for institutional deliveries in the district, calling it either non-customary or out of practice. There's also a lack of antenatal care. So antenatal care is the important supervision of women's health around pregnancy to observe the advancement of fetal growth. So it is required that every pregnant woman should ideally make at least 4 visits for ANC to assure well-being of the fetus. On the contrary, Mewat has only 2.3% women who had full antenatal care, with only 37.7% institutional births. So in terms of antenatal care, Mewat stands last amongst all the states' other districts. Only 54.2% of pregnant women were reported going for ANC services, while the state's average stands at 87.2%. So there's a need for making health services affordable in Mewat. So health services are unaffordable for people. Also, very few hospitals have transparent pricing systems. Multiple diagnostic tests and pharmaceuticals can also inflate the bill. So which is presented to patient only at the time of discharge. So the fear of expensive or high cost makes it unaffordable for the poor sections of the society. It is advisable to develop an insurance plan for maternity services, which entitles a pregnant woman to all necessary services at a fixed price. So under this scheme, the patient should not be charged extra, even in case of emergency procedures. So the private hospital should also develop a cross-subsidized services for BPL patients. They can cover the cost by charging from people who can afford special rooms or wards. So this assurity of cost will actually make a pricing transparent for the patients. So there's a Janani Sishu Suraksha Karyakram, which is a scheme that promised free delivery and treatment of both mothers and infants in the hospital. So it was recorded that the scheme managed to increase institutional deliveries in the Mewat region. However, keeping mothers in the hospital for around 48 hours after delivery was problematic, as many mothers wanted to go back to resume their roles in their households. So the staff also failed to make them realize or make them understand the importance of antenatal care. So this scheme actually displayed potential to promote deliveries, but institutional deliveries, but lack of sufficient numbers of doctors and staff restricted its full effect in the Mewat district. So uh, promoting institutional deliveries by the government schemes. So unsafe deliveries risks the life of both mothers and infants. An important reason why people don't rely on institutional deliveries is that they are unaffordable. So it is important for state government to provide incentives or financial assistance for pregnant women to avail these maternity services. So Pregnant women should get themselves registered at nearby health centers for antenatal checkups and vaccinations. The financial assistance should be divided into installments, where the final installment should be paid only after the institutional delivery, postnatal checkups or birth registration, and vaccination of children. So the provision of financial aid to pregnant women will also encourage and benefit people from institutional delivery. So there's a Janani Suraksha Yojana, a government's incentive scheme to encourage institutional delivery. So this scheme resulted in increasing the institutional delivery rate, especially in rural areas. However, with the modifications in the implementation guidelines, such as linkage with opening of bank accounts, or this scheme actually suffered a setback. So almost all the participants had complained delayed payments to the mothers due to rigorous administrative formalities, like the submission of certificates or documents like below poverty line card or Aadhaar card, etc. So also many pregnant women also did not possess some of these documents, like a bank account in the name of the pregnant women, especially in a backward region like Mewat. So there's also an importance. There's also importance of developing skilled workforce in these backward regions, like training health workers, Anganwadi workers, or ASHA workers, supervisors, helpers, and students from private nursing institution. So these skilled professionals can educate and spread awareness amongst rural population about the importance of immunization in children by means of door-to-door survey. So by organizing weekly clinics in the interiors of village where health centers and services are not available. The services at these clinics can include growth monitoring or general health checkups, immunization, health and nutrition education, or treatment of ailments by charging a very nominal fee. These weekly clinics should also promote the usage of contraceptive and educate people about reproductive health, family planning, sexually transmitted infections, etc. So I would like to conclude here uh, my research paper.